If y'all like brownies, but you don't want to make a great big pan of brownies, you might want to try this small batch of brownies with homemade chocolate icing. Ooh, they're gonna be good, y'all. Hey y'all, and welcome back. In today's video, we're baking brownies. We're making a small batch recipe. This is enough for just 2 people. Simple and easy, and it's fast. So y'all come on and join us in the kitchen as we share this recipe on homemade brownies for 2. Okay, for our recipe for just 2 people for some brownies for a special treat, this is what you'll need. 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 cup of butter, 3 tablespoons of cocoa, 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/3 cup of white sugar. And you'll need some spray to spray your muffin. We're going to put them in this little muffin tin because I don't really have a pan that's small enough to make that small of a batch of brownies. So we're going to put them in this little casserole muffin tin right here. So let's get started. For your icing, you'll be using 1/3 cup of powdered sugar, 1 heaping teaspoon of cocoa, and 2 heaping teaspoons of whole milk, or the milk of your choice. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is spray our little pan. And I'm going to spray only 4 spots because I know I won't probably have enough for 6. And we'll set that to the side. I've got my oven preheating on 350. So now we're going to add to our flour, we're going to add our sugar, our cocoa, and our salt. That's the dry ingredients. And we'll just give that a mix. But this right here is a great little brownie recipe. If you're just wanting something sweet and you don't want to make a whole big pan of brownies, you can make, you and your husband or your kids, just a couple brownies so they don't go to waste. Which they wouldn't go to waste probably anyway, but we're trying not to overdo it. And now we're going to add our melted butter, our 1 egg, and now our teaspoon of vanilla. And just give that a mix. Okay, y'all can see you don't wind up with much mixture at all. But it'll be enough brownies for 2 people. I might only get 3 out of this. Just give it a good mix. Smells good. Okay, now we're going to put it in our pan. And this is such a simple little recipe. I started not even to make a video, and then I got to thinking, well, some of y'all might want to know how to make a real small batch of brownies just for 2. So I thought, you know what? Even though this is a small recipe, I'm going to go ahead and share it. I actually seen this and I adjusted it just a little bit to make it my own so I wouldn't have too many. And I was right. I'm only going to get 3 brownies out of this recipe. And if I wanted to make them a little bigger, I could just get 2. but we'll stretch this a little bit and have 3 brownies out of this small batch of brownie mix. Okay, we've got 3. In this little batch of brownie mix, you could put all the dry ingredients in a mason jar and have it labeled and ready when you decide you want to do your brownies, and you wouldn't even have to mix it up. I might do a video on that and to show y'all how to put it in a mason jar and put it in your pantry and have it ready for a small batch of brownies. Let's get them in the oven, and we're going to bake them on 350 for around 40 minutes. Okay, now we're going to make us a little icing for the top of the brownies. And I'm not going to measure this out. I'm just going to add a little bit of powdered sugar, probably around 1/3 of a cup. Yep, that's 1/3. A teaspoon of cocoa powder. And that's 1/2, so I just heaped it up real good. A pinch of salt. And we're going to start off with 1 teaspoon of just regular whole milk. Okay, we're going to add 1 more teaspoon, but I want to start off slow because y'all know how powdered sugar, when you're making homemade icing, it don't take much milk. So let's do about another teaspoon and try that. Okay, we're going to go with that right there. See how it don't take much milk at all when you're making icing using powdered sugar. Okay, now let's do the toothpick test. Come out clean, and now we'll let them cool, and then we're going to put our homemade chocolate icing on top of our brownies. Okay, we got our brownies out, and they've cooled, and now we're going to put our icing on them. And really, if you didn't even want to make the icing, you wouldn't have to. These brownies would be good without the icing. But tonight, we're making the homemade chocolate icing. And y'all, wouldn't that be so good with some vanilla ice cream? A simple, easy recipe for brownies for 2 people. If y'all like brownies, but you don't want to make a great big pan of brownies, you might want to try this small batch of brownies with homemade chocolate icing. Ooh, they're gonna be good, y'all. Okay, y'all, that's our quick little video on how to make brownies for 2. And if y'all like our video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It helps our channel get out there in the YouTube algorithm. And if you like this small batch recipe and you think you're going to try it, or if you think of any ideas that we could adjust it a little bit, comment them down below. We're always glad to hear anything y'all have to say on how to make it better, or if you like it. Thanks for watching. chocolate icing. Ooh, they're gonna be good, y'all.